the channel. It's Mark from Powersonic and Apprentice 121, and today we're going to look at some torque drivers. I've got a few of ours out ready to look at, and let's dive straight into the video and get on with it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It makes a big difference. If you have the time and inclination, I would really appreciate it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this run through a few of the torque drivers we've got, and it might help in your decision to which one you would want to purchase and use. So enjoy. Okay, so here we can see the Wera torque driver, and this one goes to 3 Newton meters, so it's 1.2 to 3 Newton meters. The adjustment on it, you push this down and then twist the handle, and that will alter the torque setting on there. I don't know how that's coming out in focus or not. It's hard to see in this light, but there's a little display of numbers there, and you basically make sure the arrow is pointing at the torque setting you need, and the ends insert and they lock in, so that's not coming out until you hold the yellow release tab. So you pull that down and then you can take that out. And again, I've got a Luden main switch here, and it clearly states it wants 2.5 Newton meters, which is what I've set this to. And if we go on to a termination, and I'll hold this in the best way I can, I'll just back it off a little bit just so you can hear it click. It's getting tight now, and there we go. That's it. We reached the torque setting required. So that's a little demonstration of the Wera one, and again, its limiting factor for me was the fact it only goes up to 3 Newton meters. That's just the rating of the tool, in fairness, and it's ample for most domestic consumer units and terminations that you're going to come across. So there's no real issue with that. But one of the reasons we upgraded was some commercial distribution boards go a little bit higher than that, so you need a high setting torque driver. And again, if you're getting into the real big boy stuff, you're going to need a torque driver that can go way beyond any of these values. But we'll move on to the Wiha, or Wiha, and this one works a little bit differently. So you've got, again, you can lock the bit in the end, and that will release it so it comes out. And again, if you want to adjust the torque on this one, there is a separate tool that you insert into the end, and you can see there that's moving around. So that shows 2.6 and 2.4. So if you want 2.5, you're kind of in the middle there, and that should give you 2.5 Newton meters. Slide the end in, and we'll go for the same termination. I'll try and just back it off a tad, so if you can see about a very tiny eighth of a turn, and nip it back up, and you can see there, hopefully, that's torquing out at the same setting. So these two drivers are picking up roughly the same point. That's what I'm trying to demonstrate there. The click sounds slightly different, but same thing. You twist it and it won't rotate the head, so you've reached your torque value. So that's the Wiha one, and again, that's 0.8 to 5 Newton meters. Yeah, so we'll move on to the next one. Just pop that out the way and steal the bit out the end. Okay, so here we've got the other Wiha model. This is the digital torque driver, and this one goes from 1 Newton meter to 5 Newton meters. Again, apologies about the noise in the background. This one adjusts with a dial on the top, so if you turn it on, you can see there it's reading 2.38. We need to get it up to 2.5, so I'll give it a little tweak upwards, and it should start to adjust. There we go, so it's gone to 2.53, I've just overgunned it slightly, 2.51, 2.5, there. So if we lock that in, that's now locked at 2.5 Newton meters, and pop the end in. And again, we'll go for the same setting. We know it should be set to 2.5, so if I rotate, it should click straight away, which it does. I'll just back it off ever so slightly, so that's just loosened it. And again, it's nipping up and clicked. So all these torque drivers are kind of reading at the same value, which is good. That's what we'd like to see. So again, just pop that display on, and you can see there, that's 2.5 Newton meters. The thing I like about this one is you can be really accurate with it. So I mean, these are the ones with them being mechanical dials. You know, you're roughly at those values, but it's not precise. This is really super duper precise, so you know exactly what you're getting. And the other thing of it is you can take a picture of that torque driver across your terminations, or even a video, to prove that you've set everything exactly as is required to those manufacturer's instructions. And that's what I do. Record a little video at every consumer unit and distribution board, just running through all of the terminations. So you've got evidence there that you set them correctly. And yeah, that's the Wiha digital torque driver, and again the ends on this removes, so it stores away in its nice little case, which is in here. And the calibration needs doing on it every year, same as you would with your other torque drivers, and there is a battery in there as well that's also going to need service. It's not user adjustable, I think I mentioned that in my other review video, but that's that one. The one I use the most is actually this. So this is the Speed E, and it's the first variant. I'm yet to get the second variant, and I know a few people have said these are really gimmicky, but I actually find it useful within a consumer unit and distribution board in conjunction with these. So these pull out, and if you can see on there, that is pre-configured. This one's 2.8 Newton meters. So this one's a little bit higher than the Luden isolator wants tightening to, and I've done that just to see if we can tighten it beyond the last point. So I've got these that range from 2 Newton meters all the way up to 4, I think is the highest value I've got. It might be 4.6. And they're handy because they're just simply plug and play. So if you know you're going to do a lot of terminations of a certain value, you can pop that in the end and you're set. And again, the actual bit in the end pushes in, and that's held by friction. It doesn't fall out. You can see there's no lock-in nut. That's in fairly tight. If I give it a good shake, it's not coming out. And I'll demonstrate on another terminal first. So if I pop that into this one, I can zoom it up with the Speedy, so you can see it closing the end. It takes it nearly all the way in, and then the last little bit needs doing by hand. And you'll see it's tightening, and you get a different sound. So that's, you can hear that. And again, if we go to this other termination, it should just nip it up ever so slightly. If you watch the end of the driver, it's rotated a little bit. Again, if we ease it off. So that's just to demonstrate the difference in torque between 2.5 and 2.8. It's that tiniest little twist on there. So it's not a huge difference, but that sets your torque values as you need them. And this is a scrap main switch. It's actually damaged, so it's not going to get used, which is why I don't mind nipping it up even further than it should be according to its rated value. Well, its torque set, and I don't expect that would do it any damage, but this isn't going to get used, just to be clear. I just wanted to show in the experiment that small extra little adjustment between 2.5 Newton meters and 2.8. But these are the ones that I tend to use the most, just because they're in my second fixing bag, and you can get them pulled in and out for what you need. I mean, most distribution boards and consumer units, if you're going along a number of terminations, they're all going to be the same, really quick and simple. And this one I would use on the main tails termination, so the main switch, get that set for those. And this one would run through all of the other terminations within the neutral and earth bars, etc. So just a quick way of doing it. And this has just been added to over a period of time. So I started out with a Wera torque driver, probably, I don't know what it was now, maybe 3 years ago, maybe longer. And then when I realised it couldn't go as high as I needed, I added in the Wiha mechanical one. And then I think the next one was the Speedy, and then finally the digital Wiha torque driver. So obviously we all know the importance now of ensuring our terminations are done up to the correct values, and this is the way we do it. So yeah, I hope you found that semi-interesting. Just a little run through how all of these work and the different variations to each particular model. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hi, so welcome back to the channel. I hope you found that useful. Just a quick run through the torque drivers that we have used over the years, and the little collection we've built. Yeah, it's just showing the various different operations of each one, the different clicking sounds, and the different rated values you can get through the range of torque drivers available. I mean, there are other ones that go much, much higher. Certainly with the Wiha digital one, these go to some really big numbers. There's different models, so you can have a look for those. And again, there's some of the ratchet ones that you can get as well. I know Milwaukee do a really big ratchet handle one that's proper beefy, and that's probably my next purchase when I get allowed to buy some more things. So I hope you found that useful and entertaining. If you could please like and subscribe to the channel, that would make a huge difference. Every single subscriber is really appreciated, and comment as well. If you have any questions or any other information you want about any of this lot, just drop a comment in and I'll answer it. Likewise, I'll pop some links in the description so you can go off and see these on the different manufacturers' websites. And yeah, thanks for watching.